Prime Minister appeals for responsible road usage. 101 Jamaicans receive land titles and $500,000 in support for Netball Jamaica. This is Stacey Ann Smith with Jamaica House Weekly. With the alarming number of road fatalities on the nation's roadways, Prime Minister Portia Simpson is reminding road users to take extra care on the roads.
Let me encourage all of us to continue our partnership to protect our children and all road users. We must ensure that the tide will turn for the better and that there will be significantly fewer road fatalities in 2015. All hands must be on deck.
Mrs. Simpson wants the island's road safety program to be seen as part of the national growth strategy due to the impact it has on national development.
With every loved one we lose, we also lose a part of our country's economic viability. The economic cost of motor vehicle crashes is estimated to be between 1% and 2% of Jamaica's gross national product. Road crashes are therefore counterproductive to Jamaica's development as they wipe out national growth potential. Furthermore, crashes cause grief and pain.
The Prime Minister was speaking Thursday at the launch of the 3rd UN Global Road Safety Week. She used the opportunity to make a special appeal for vulnerable road users, including motor and pedal cyclists, children and the disabled.
That we look out on the roads for persons with disabilities. And if they're crossing or they're using the road, we need to be mindful to stop, to help them across, and then we move on.
The event also served to launch Sandals Resorts International's Sesame Street Road Safety Awareness Campaign. The Prime Minister brought her message of increased care and protection for the nation's children to a land titling ceremony for 101 residents of St. Catherine and Clarendon Friday.
If you know a child in your community being abused, you're to deal with it. When I was growing up, I was the daughter of the community in which I was born and the surrounding communities. And I'm making an appeal to all of you present here. Mobilize your communities in the protection of our Jamaican children.
Mrs. Simpson used the titling ceremony held at the Bethel Baptist Church in Bogwalk to pledge government's continued support to putting more land titles into the hands of ordinary Jamaicans.
I believe that if we make more people registered landowners in Jamaica, we will reduce poverty, build the economic base of families, and create a more responsible society. This is what this government intends to achieve through our various land titling programs.
The minister without portfolio responsible for sport, who was also present, made this appeal to the new landowners.
Pay your taxes. I say it again, pay your taxes. It is through these taxes you are able to get your services. Create strong, united, and organized communities. Ensure that you create an atmosphere in those communities which will allow for you to raise families and raise families in a better environment.
And Netball Jamaica is now better able to carry out community outreach initiatives through a $500,000 donation from the National Housing Trust, NHT. Minister Nita Headley presented the check Friday at a handing over ceremony at Jamaica House. Since 2006, Netball Jamaica has been providing role models and training for young women and girls in NHT-developed communities. And Prime Minister Portia Simpson took some time last week to engage callers on Jamaica House. On Wednesday, she met with employers associated with the Canadian Overseas Employment Program. Later that same day, she met with photographer Ray Chen, who delivered a copy of his new book, Jamaica, My 50 Years in Photographs. And that's it for this week's edition of Jamaica House Weekly. Do join us next week for more stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.